Hello everyone, we meet again in paragraph writing class, and here in this video I'm going to talk about process analysis paragraph or how to paragraph. Okay, shall we start? Okay, so process analysis paragraph explains a sequence or a process. Okay, and then in the paragraph sometimes we need to present facts or detailed information in chronological order. Why? Because it is a process. Then you have to make it chronologically. If you do not do it chronologically, then the process will be back and forth and we cannot guarantee the result. Okay? So, and since this is a process and it should be done chronologically, then you have to use time words or time phrases, or we know it as transitions. The last one, this process should end with a specified result. Okay. So, for example, if in the process, you give series of steps. Okay, so in the examples of how to bake a cake or how to improve your grades, then we give series of steps to get the desired result. What is the desired result? If it is baking a cake, then the result is the cake. Okay, and then if it is improving the grades, then the desired result is good grades. Then we have to explain the process, about how to do something, create something, or how to understand something. Then how to explain it? Yeah, how do we explain this process in the paragraph? First, we have to divide the process, okay, one process into separate steps. For example, how to bake a cake. Process of baking a cake into separate steps. Yeah, starting from preparing the ingredients until you bake the cake in the oven and you get the result. Okay, and don't forget, explain the steps in chronological order or time order. Why? Because if you go back and forth, then it will not become a cake. Okay, trust me. And there should be the specific result, okay, at the end. If it is baking a cake, then the result should be a cake, not a donut, not something else. Yeah? If you explain the process of improving good grades, then the end result should be the good grades. Okay, that happens in the end of the process. Okay, the language focus that is mostly neat in the process paragraph is transitions and imperative sentence. About the transitions, transitions can be seen and the explanation in the explanation of the textbook, okay, in the chapter about process analysis paragraph. But in short, the transitions are words like first, next, after that, finally, before, after. So those are the transition to mark the steps. And we also need imperative sentence later on. Yeah, imperative sentences. The imperative sentences are the words that the sentence that you use to explain about the process. Okay, usually in the imperative sentence, you do not have subject. Remember, no subject. Okay, if you want to use subject, that's okay. Then you use declarative sentence. But for the process analysis paragraph, we mostly we use the subject you. Okay, why? Because same like imperative sentence, it should be addressed directly to the audience. Okay, directly to the audience. So we talk about the second person. If you will use declarative sentence, then you use you as the subject. But if you do not want to use the subject, then make the sentence into imperative sentences. Okay. Okay, now in creating process analysis paragraph, you have to know the procedure down to the smallest detail. So it will be better if you write about something that you have performed successfully yourself. Okay, why? Because if you don't know, if you don't really know about the process and you haven't tried that successfully, then it just ends as instruction, only general information as instructions. Okay. And then good procedures divide the process into logical steps. For example, if you want to withdraw cash from ATM, then we divide this process of withdrawing from the ATM into several logical steps, starting from inserting the card into the ATM machine, enter your ATM PIN, and then you choose the transaction, the nominal, okay, until the end you withdraw the cash. Okay, now let's go to the organization. As we discussed previously, that when you start a paragraph, there must be a topic sentence. In the topic sentence, you have to name the process, because topic sentence name the process. What is the process? For example, here, every student should want to know how to get good grades. So what is the process? The process is getting better grades. Okay. We also need to give background reasons why people would be interested to read the paragraph, to know about the process. Okay, so here I say that every student should want to know how to get better grades. Then give these two things in your topic sentence. Next thing is you write the supporting sentences or the body part of the paragraph, body of the paragraph. Here in the supporting sentences, you have to present the steps in a clear and sequential order. Don't forget to use transitions to relate one step to the others. The last part of the process is concluding sentence. Yeah, concluding sentence. Here in the concluding sentence, you summarize the major steps, okay, that you explain in the supporting sentences. You can also describe the result of the process, or you give advice about what could be done next, or refer to the reader to further sources. Okay, here I give you example of the process analysis paragraph. Okay, the first one is about car buying. Okay, car buying. Read the detail of the paragraph in the slides I give you. Okay, now let's go to the analysis. Okay, so here in the paragraph, the topic sentence is buying a good car is easy if you know these steps. Okay, so here I mentioned the name of the process of buying good car, and then I give background. It is easy if you know the steps. Okay, and then the second part is the body paragraph or the supporting sentences. Here I mentioned five process. I mark each process. I mark the steps with the transition first, also then a score step, and lastly. Okay, each process, okay, is explained using you. You must decide on a new or used one. Okay, second process, you must also figure out your budget and know how much you want to spend. Okay. Then, if you decide to buy a used car, check the value from the newspaper. Here on the third sentence, I add detail. Okay. I give examples. For example, you can research new cars in consumer magazines and in the internet for the price, safety, and value. Okay. In the fourth step, I do not give detail, but I use long sentence. Okay. As a fourth step, road test to see how the car handles the freeways and curves. Remember, pay attention here. There is no subject here. Okay. Road road test to see. Okay. Check the brakes, listen for sounds or squeaks inside the car. So here in the fourth step, I use imperative sentence. So it's okay whether you want to use a declarative sentence using you or just use imperative sentence. Okay, but if you use imperative sentence, remember there is no subject. Lastly, ask family and friends about the car. Okay, the last sentence also use imperative sentence. At the end, I give concluding sentence. These steps may help you select the right car for many years of reliable transportation. Okay, here I give you another example. It's about winter driving. If you drive in winter conditions, uh, knowing five steps possibly can save your life. Okay, and then the detail can be read later on in the slides. Let's go to the analysis. Okay, here I have the topic sentence like I mentioned before. If you drive in winter condition, knowing the five step possibly can save your life. Again, name the process. Okay, drive in winter condition. That is the process. Okay, you should be give background. If you drive blah blah blah, knowing the five step possibly can save your life. Okay, if you write it is possible that it can save your life, then people will be interested in reading your paragraph because it is important. Okay, in the body paragraph, I break the process into five steps. I use the transitions like first, second, third, next, and last. Okay, so I explain the first process. Okay, be sure your car is ready. But how do we make sure that the car is ready? I give additional information. Okay, check the tires, tread, and air pressure, the battery, and the antifreeze. Here I for all of the sentences I use imperative sentence. Okay, imperative sentence. So there you cannot find subject here, but it is imperative sentence. And then second, okay, stock your car. I also give explanation how should what stock, okay, what should be ready, okay, what should be stocked, okay, what supplies should be stocked. Have flashlight, jumper cables, and a shovel. And then next process, practice winter driving in the empty parking lot. I also give additional information. The additional information can be one or more than one sentences. Okay. Here I give when you skid, blah blah blah. Okay, only one sentence. In the next process, I write know your route. Okay, again, this is the next process. The next step. Okay. And then the last one, last, know what to do if you get stuck, stalled, or stranded. Here, I explain it in more than one detail. Stay in your car where you will be warmer. Tie a bright piece of cloth or marker on your antenna. Run your car long enough to remove the chill. Do not leave your car and attempt to walk long distance for hours. So this explanation, stay in your car, tie a bright piece of cloth, run your car long enough, do not leave your car. These four sentences is the detail of the last step. Okay, so these are the detail. So that's why it is impossible to give detail if you haven't tried the process successfully. Okay, so those are the reason. At the end, I close the paragraph with a concluding sentence. Following these five steps will lead to a safer winter driving and just could save your life. Okay. Okay, so those are the two examples. Before I end it, let's pay attention to the summary. So once again, if you want to write process paragraph, okay, be sure that you are showing someone how to do something. Okay, that's why you have to make the directions complete so that person can complete the process without confusions. And at the end, you can finish the paragraph up with a suggestion. Okay, so those are the process of how to write process analysis paragraph. Thank you.